transition caused me lots of grief. My father, my mother, my youngest sister transitioned. But when my son passed, it was absolutely one of the hardest things I had experienced. In the space I found, I was looking for something and someone that could help. Grief is very intense. Moving through it, I learned several things, and I wanted to give back. I got through the grief. This is called Love Showed Us the Way. Hello, you are listening to Power Me Up Radio, the station with heart on iHeart, powered by Raven International. And this is your hostess, EMaia, with Love Show Me the Way. And if you remember our last couple of episodes, I was talking to you about some women that have done some amazing things in the world. They're not all with us. Some of them are and some of them aren't. You'll remember I talked to you about Isabel Allende, Shirley Chisholm, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and Michelle Obama. There were just some of the ones that we talked about. And we talked about them because they were women that fought through the challenges, the barriers that they had as women to come forward with messages of power. Some are still in physical form, some are not. But if you read about them, you will know that they did work that encourages men and women, but very much women, because they came through trials and tribulations and against odds to be able to share and empower and encourage other women. And so I'm coming today again to speak to women because it is time for the feminine energy to come forward as never before. As you, I know, are aware, many places on the earth are patriarchal and patriarchal, and our government is one. And many times women are demeaned and belittled because they're women. I will tell you that I was in a training with Tony Robbins about a week or 10 days ago. And when we came to this subject of women, he said that we should be so proud to be a woman because nobody comes to the planet without us. And he didn't say that to be the only thing that women do, but he wanted to say it to empower us because we have the ability to do what nobody else can do. You see it in nature, whether they're birds, or flowers, or whatever it is. It takes the female and the male to come forth. There's just a few things that you don't need that. And I believe a snake is one of them. However, the essence, the love, the power of the female energy is quite amazing. And it is actually past time for the divine feminine to come forward. And how do we make that happen? We allow it to happen through us. I will tell you that men have feminine energy and male energy, and women have female energy and male energy. There is a balance. You need both. One is the output, one is the input. But because we are natural givers and nurturers and lovers, we bring love and light and healing in so much of what we do. It is easier for women. In fact, it's our natural energy. It's our natural being. We don't have to force it. We just have to allow it. And so I want to encourage every woman to, first of all, know that. Know that we have an energy, we have a gift that others don't have. Men are protecting, men are fighting. And when that goes awry, we end up in wars. When it's in balance, men are protecting. But when it's awry, as I said, we end up in wars and fighting against each other. Women are always going to be part of transformation. I know a lot of us, have been taken, especially in our careers, fighting with men for positions, that sometimes we give up our femininity and switch over entirely to the masculine energy. But you can't do that but only for so long, because you're going against your natural ability, your natural purpose. And so it doesn't mean that all of us are going to be mothers and grandmothers. Some of us aren't even going to be aunties, because we might not even have siblings that have children. But the energy is what I'm referring to. I'm not necessarily talking about a job or a career or something that we do. I'm talking about the energy. And it is not an accident that you came through as a female. We are talking about energy here, the divine feminine energy. So here's the question. Why are you here? I want to ask that question. Do you know why you're here? It's not an accident. You have purpose. You have always had purpose. And when we were talking about those few women that I gave you examples of, they went through the trials, the tribulations, the ugliness to get to where we know them. A lot of times we have stories, memoirs of women, or even men for that matter, of how we only know them at what they look like and what they're doing now, but we weren't there when they had to go through that metamorphosis, and that didn't happen overnight. That was over a certain time. It's the cocoon and breaking out of it before it becomes the butterfly. So a lot of us don't know some of what these people went through. What we see is the finished product. And I will tell you, God isn't finished with any of us. What you see is where they are today. But as with life, there are seasons. We have seasons in our life. As it is with nature, we have seasons. So as it is above, it is below. And we have seasons in our lives. We have a spring, which is about from in vitro to 21. And then we have a summer, which is about from 22 to 42. And then we have a fall, which is somewhere around 43 to about 62 or 63. And then we have a winter, which is somewhere around 64 until the end of our lives. We have seasons in our lives like nature has seasons. And no matter what your season is as a woman, we're coming here to bring love, to be love, to show love, to share love. We are transformational beings. And we sometimes forget that because we get so busy in our families and our careers and every other thing we're doing, because we're doing a lot. We have tentacles in so many different places. And if you live old enough and your children have children, and even they might have children, you might have 4 generations. I have a friend that has 5 generations living right now because people started having children younger. But whatever it is, we all come here with purpose. Do you know what yours is? You are not an accident, and you came with purpose. And your purpose in your spring and your summer might be different from your fall or your winter. but we all come with purpose. And what I want you to know is that you already possess the courage, the faith, the determination, the passion, the drive to grow and to contribute and celebrate life at its deepest and most powerful level. And we want others to remember that they have purpose. We are interconnected. And as we touch ourselves and love ourselves first and come to that memory, we can help others to do the same. So during this class that I was with Tony Robbins a week or two ago, we talked about what an extraordinary life is. It's a life of joy, happiness, love, passion, success, and fulfillment. Whatever that means to you. You don't compare yourself to anybody else. What brings you joy might not bring somebody else joy. But life experienced on your terms is what an extraordinary life is. And because life is short and it comes in these seasons, I actually want to encourage you and inspire you to ask, what are you here for? And really go into it. Really go into it. And one of the ways that you can go into it is to look at your emotional patterns. Think about two empowering and disempowering emotions. Just think about that for a moment. What makes you feel really good and what makes you feel bad? And when you think about that, what are one or two new emotions, if you live them every day, could change your life and take you to the next level? How would this change your life? I believe it would be able to show you and bring you closer to your purpose, your passion and your purpose, if you don't already know it. And if you do know it, it will take you into a higher and deeper realm of that passion and purpose. I have to tell you that it is time for us to come forward. And you need first, but the planet needs your love power. You first must love yourself and acknowledge who you are, your passion, your purpose. And that's one of the reasons why I was giving you those little exercises to do. Bless Tony Robbins for taking us through that. And I did it myself. But when you do that work, it brings you so much closer to the revelation and remembrance of who you are and why you're here. Life is not happening to us. It's happening for us. And so the various things that you think are going against us and is stopping us and hindering us from doing what we feel we should do is actually making us. It's making us stronger. It's giving us strength, backbone. It's giving us courage to press on and to press through. That's when you say, love, show me the way. Sometimes something can seem like it's so hard. And sometimes you can just get scared. But I want to remind you that fear is what they told me a long time ago. Fear stands for false evidence appearing real. We can always get through whatever we have to go through, and God is never going to put on us any more than we can bear. So just know that. Know that we are not alone. Know that we are individual expressions of the all that is, and that we are never, ever alone. We have everything we need to have a powerful and celebratory life. Now, the secret to life is your energy. And once you can get your energy up, so first of all, I want to tell people, turn the television off. You don't want to be living in fear, because a lot of what you see here is never going to happen. And even if some of it did, God will show you how to get through it. But the secret to life is energy. You want to stay in a heightened realm of energy, in a beautiful state. And one of the ways that you can do that is to actually meditate. Breath, the breathing in and the breathing out, connects us to our inner being, our inner source, the spirit of who we actually are. We are actually individual expressions of the all that is. And that breathing connects us to that higher power. And fear sometimes is what gets in the way, but let it all go, as I mentioned. And when you breathe in and hold it for a few seconds, and then breathe out, and do that at least 3 breaths at a time. You can do it even now while I'm talking to you. You will feel different after you do that. You'll be more connected to the essence of who you are, and you'll be able to have clarity and be in ease in remembering and finding your way to your purpose. So when we stand for something greater than us, it gives us purpose and it adds power to our lives. I want to tell you a little story here before I go. I know I've told you stories about famous people, but I want to tell you a story about a lady that's not famous. I found this article, and it was named Bronx Cashier Serves Up Inspirational Quotes with a Side of Love. This is a woman that actually her son passed away. And she'd been a cashier for 25 years at a hospital in New York City. And while she's on the job, she and her grandmother hand out handwritten notes of inspiration and encouragement. And you can see, she says, how it changes people as they read the notes. And sometimes people reach out to her and hug her, and she hugs them back. And so many of them say, it's what I needed today. So many of them say, bless you. I needed to hear this. You wrote that just for me. Now, this is a woman I don't know. You would have never heard of. She's not famous. But she's standing in her power, doing what she's meant to be doing right now. Besides that, she's also volunteering at a local women's shelter. And ever since COVID pandemic, she's been writing these notes and volunteering, and it brings her joy and purpose. So I don't want you to think that you have to go do something so big and so big and so notorious that people have to know about you. Spirit has to know, and the people that you're working with are the ones that want to know. But I want to let you know that if you don't know your purpose, take the time to ask these questions that I gave you. And also, but first start that you are an individual expression of the all that is. Start there. Start with that knowing. Start so that you understand that you not only have power, but you have love, that you are love, that you bring love, that you share love. And love is so needed right now in the world. So I want to thank you again for listening to Love Show Me the Way. And if you have any questions or would like to contact me, please contact me at loveshowmetheway@gmail.com. Until the next time, God bless you. Know that all that you need is within you. And I look forward to talking to you again soon. Peace and blessings. Until the next time.